Hi guys, welcome back to the Drive Life channel. In today's video we're going to be showing you how to change the rear anti-roll bar or sway bar links on your P3 Volvo. Now my S80 has got its MOT 2 days time. Those of you who don't know, that's the UK's sort of certificate of roadworthiness or inspection that has to go through every year, and last year's one of these was an advisory, so I'm going to change them both. And it's a fairly simple job. I've got my tools set out here. We've got gone for length order, which are sort of sworn by many on the forums as sort of the top parts, suspension parts, as you can see, part numbers, etc. There, and they're actually made by ZF, so sort of high quality German parts. The old ones on there, as far as I know, are original, so they've got 133,000 miles on them, so it's not surprising they're probably on their way out. They've managed 14-15 winters, so yeah, they've done okay. So let's get the car jacked up and get started.
Oh.
Now, the first thing you want to do before you start the job is break the wheel bolts off. Obviously these are torqued to 140 Newton meters, so you want to do that with the wheels on the ground so that the car sort of doesn't move about when it's on the jack, because you're putting quite a bit of force through. Then you want to jack the car up using the rear subframe. You can see here, just placing the jack. You've got to make sure that you don't slide it up in between the two sort of lower cross members, as the jack pattern actually gets stuck in between them. Ask me how I know. So you just want to get it on the edge of them, and you'll see here the car will lift up nice and easily. Once both wheels are off the ground, just finish taking them off. We're just going to do it on this side. I'm going to show you how to do this on this particular side. As you can see, we had some Labradors giving us a hand, and yeah, just buzz them off with the impact driver. Have a bit of fun and games with the stupid locking wheel nut. Why anybody still uses those, I don't know, and I need to actually just take it off altogether, I think, because no one's going to be stealing my wheels with the state of them. But yeah, once you have that off, then you want to slide that underneath the car, just as sort of an extra bit of backup in case any of the jacks or jack stands that you can see under there fail. I just like to think it gives you that little bit of extra time. And yeah, you don't need a Labrador to do this, but they do certainly help. I'm going to break off the top nut here with a 13mm socket. With the impact driver, makes it far easier.
Here we go, so that's the old one. Really hot.
That's actually red hot, isn't it?
Yeah, that's nylock there. Wow. Oh,
yeah, well,
it's really hot. Yeah.
And where's it come off of? That.
This top part here. So that's the first one done. Now you need to release the bottom. You should always do the top first, because that is, if you do that one on the bottom, this you can't do, apparently. So
apparently.
Yeah, always do the top one first.
Break the lower bolt or nut off with the impact driver, just break that rust, and then you want to use a H5 bit and a 13mm spanner to take the rest of it off. Here is our new length order replacement. It's quite depressing actually, because I saw that it was on the invoice said for Mondeo and S-Max, so no hiding the fact that it's a Ford motor car part there. But yeah, as you can see, it's high quality stainless steel, nice coloured bushings there, so they should last. They're a high quality brand, so I'm hoping they're going to last for a while, probably another 100,000 miles hopefully. And if not, to be honest, it's not a difficult job to do. You just want to get this lower nut on as tight as possible. When they're new, they're really tight, so you can actually tighten it with the impact driver, which is nice. You'll notice here I do the top first, just to pull it into position. Now I mentioned later that you should do it with the car down to tighten it down to the 50 Newton meters. Having spoken to mechanics since, they said they wouldn't really bother, just wang it on, because the car will settle. It will all settle once it's on the ground. So it's just personal preference really, whether you want those bushings to compress wonkily or not. But yeah, just tighten this one up now with the impact driver.
There is the new piece in place, the new anti-roll bar link. You'll notice I haven't tightened this down, and that's because I'm going to wait until there's a dog trying to get under the car there. We're going to wait until we've lowered the car down, because this anti-roll bar joint, or the bar, is at a funny angle. So once the suspension settles, we can tighten that down. Otherwise, the sort of bushings here will be at an incorrect angle, which create play and cause them to wear prematurely. So we need to, completely drop the car down onto its wheels, and then we can tighten this down to about 50 Newton meters. So not too much at all. Obviously, it makes it really difficult because you've then got to try and get a spanner in the wheel well. So that's a bit of fun, but yeah, and not too bad. Just had a bit of a nightmare getting the bottom of the new one off because we managed to round that out. But overall, it's a fairly simple job. It's exactly the same on the other side. I'm going to go and do it now. I won't bother filming it again for you guys. But yeah, I'll join you when we're tightening up on the floor. Okay then, guys. So with the help of 2 Labradors and an English Pointer, we have managed to tighten everything up. Drop the car down, torque the wheel bolts off, obviously. I always do that just to make sure I don't forget. And then to tighten those up was a bit of a nightmare. I used a ratcheting spanner, that's the word, and had to sort of have it in the spring and turn it. So I think on the S80 it's a little bit more difficult because of the way the mud guarding and the wheel welling is. But ultimately not too bad a job at all. The last one took probably 5-10 minutes. The other side, it was actually far easier than this side. I learnt my lesson about getting the hex properly seated in there. It's a H5 for those of you who didn't mention it already. But yeah, there we go. Hopefully the Volvo is ready for its MOT. We'll find out. Obviously need to wash beforehand. I like to think that washing the car means it's got more chance of passing, but probably has. But yeah, so I'm gonna go find these dogs, give them their dinner, and get cracking. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Cheers.